Tonight, concerns that more than 100 counterterrorism operations executed by the military's Joint Special Operations Command since President Trump took office is starting to take a toll on those forces themselves. Here now is the author of The Operator and former Navy SEAL, Rob O'Neill. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Leah. Thanks for having me.
So let me ask you about this. Mike Azenko wrote this piece in Foreign Policy, and he basically said that there's little policy guidance on some of these operations, that these fly under the radar of the American public, and that that President Trump is doing like 5 times of these operations compared to what President Obama did in the last 193 days of his office. Your thoughts?
Right. Comparing, give or take the 6 months of this administration versus the last, it is 5 times.
Yeah.
And considering that special operations makes up 5% of the overall military, that's going to be a lot. And it's happened since the Bush administration to the Obama administration and now the Trump administration. They're asking more and more. And that's just because special operations, they seem to be the easy button. That's actually what President Obama called us, simply because we could do the task that was asked of us on certain no-fail missions. But now, because I think over the past, I want to say 5 years, 80 countries, 8,000 special operators, that's a lot of going on.
Yeah, I mean, what we're talking about are countries, and you and I both served under JSOC,
yes,
so we can't talk about specifically things that are being done there, but we can talk about countries where this type of work is being done, places like Yemen, places like Somalia, places where you end up with power vacuums if you don't have work done. So talk about the importance of this type of missions, but I also want to hear, do you think that this article is right? Are the forces being pushed too hard?
The types of missions going on, because it's not just ISIS who we're seeing go away, but it's also going to be things with Hezbollah and Iran. It's going to be stuff with the Taliban that's in Pakistan. It's Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram in Africa, stuff in Yemen, like you mentioned, and North Africa, too. And we need people there that are going to advise and assist the locals. And a lot of people don't know about it, but they are fighting with, a lot of it's the same ideology, other than obviously Iran, but ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, they're fighting the same, they're after the same ideology, and we need these special operators on the ground. Having said that, though, we are able to have, like when I went into a certain command, there were only, the younger guys like me were coming in, the older guys were kind of worn out, but leaving. They're still doing that, but you can't just produce special operators that quickly, and that's the problem I think that we're running into right now. Yeah,
it is very tough to produce special operators because you all have unique skill sets, and you're uniquely capable of doing this type of work. I want to move on to this program called Military Accessions Vital to the National Interest, MAVNI. It has enrolled more than 10,000 foreign-born individuals into the U.S. military since 2009, and it basically gives them an expedited path to citizenship in exchange for their military service. But we're seeing this report that some of these enrollees are unaccounted for, and I want to bring this up to you because there are concerns about where their loyalties really lie if they're unaccounted for.
And that's only a small percentage, because we need the people that can speak the language. That's the #1 skill set. So we have Chinese, Korean, but then we have Pashto Arabic and things like that. And you'll get a lot of them that come in, but because the numbers, they want more and more, they have a tendency to lower the standards. Some get away, and that's where they're at now. That's why they just suspended it. Where are some of these people? What are they doing? Where are they serving? And that's affecting the people that did it the right way.
Yeah, and it's such a concern. There have been some very good successes with that program, but certainly a concern about the vetting process. Rob O'Neill, thank you so much.